Hello, it's Fuse Airsoft, because that's totally my real name. And I recently acquired a M9A3. The new pistol that lost the bids. It's based on older design though, but it's a pretty neat pistol. And I thought I might boxing it. It's just like any other box though. You get your instruction manual, which tells you everything you need to know. Tells you not to shoot humans or animals, and then you also get your mag because you obviously need something to shoot, and you even get an Allen key with it, which surprised me. And then you also get the pistol itself. Obviously, that's what you ordered. You're obviously going to get the pistol. Now going over the build construction, it's decent. I'll tell you that. One big criticism is these big white letters on the side. They kind of stand out. I don't really like them very much. But it's the entire lower frame is polymer, just like the real one. And the upper is some sort of metal, probably like, I don't know that many metals, but some sort of metal. But most of what you see is polymer, and which actually isn't that big of a deal because I don't see the polymer breaking. It's just an airsoft pistol. But something I don't like is you see that big orange tip? Yeah, that's the threads. You can't really, I'm not sure they sell some aftermarket crap to make it black, but I'm stuck with an orange tip until I can find, I don't want to get rid of my threads because I want a suppressor, so that kind of annoyed me. And I guess technically an upside would be it's waterproof, but I'm not sticking my new gun in the water. But something else, we'll talk about the sights. Let's be honest though, who really uses sights with an airsoft pistol? Like, who does that? The sights are just two little white dots. You can't go wrong with that, And something else they keep boasting about on the promotional stuff is that it can go full auto. Fun but gimmicky. Something I do like about the selector switch is when you put it up, it's easy to flick down, but when you put it down, it's hard to flick back up, so you won't accidentally put it in full auto and mag dump somebody. Now, talking about mags, that was a good segue. The mag is just like any other pistol. It's a double stack mag, so you get twice the pew as a single stack mag. And to put the CO2 in, it's very simple. You just get your Allen key that comes with, or if you have a better one, and unscrew the bottom part, put your capsule in, screw it back in, you're good to go. And make sure when you load it double stacked so you don't get jams or blank fires, because that's annoying, especially if you turn a corner and it's a blank fire and you don't get the guy. Let's go into the hop up. So to access the hop up, you gotta disassemble your gun, which means taking it apart. But good thing it's very simple. First, you just gotta take the mag out, and then you see that little button there. You depress that and you push that down. You don't need any tools. I really like that. You just press that down and you hit the mag release. Make sure you hold the slide so it doesn't go flying off. And you don't need that anymore. And then you see that pressure spring right there. You just grab that part and you pull it out gently. And then there you go. And then if you look at the barrel, you just pull that in and pull it out. And then there you go. You have a fully disassembled gun and you can access your hop up. So going over the hop up, I did not actually like this hop up. I wish they went with an Allen key through the top. That would have made it way easier than having to take apart your gun every time you want to adjust it. Especially because adjusting this thing, you gotta get so fine. If you just twist it a little too much, your BB's gonna be flying too high up in the air. Adjust it a little too far down, it's gonna go straight to the ground. It's very fine. It's a very fine hop up. I do not like this. Now going over cleaning, and I know who wants to clean their airsoft gun, but it is a gas blowback, so you need to clean it. So you just get your lube or whatever you want to use, and you see these two parts on the side. You want to make sure you lube these up. This is probably common knowledge to people that actually played, but this is for people that maybe this is their first airsoft pistol. You just lube up both those sides to make sure it doesn't scratch or anything, to make sure it keeps it all slippery and nice, just like that. And then all you gotta do is get the mag too, and you see the lip right there. I recommend just putting a little bit on there every time you shoot. It's not very hard to do. You don't have to take the gun apart for that. But that's all I really do whenever I have to clean it. Usually I'll do this at least once every couple games or something. I don't really use my pistol that much, but I still clean it because it's very important. Now going over more of the construction of the gun, let's go over the tactics. So you get a thread and you get a Picatinny rail underneath, just a standard size Picatinny rail. That's all you really need on a pistol, if that's even what you need. I don't run any attachments on my pistols personally because I find it useless. It just makes it all bulky and unwieldy. But if you want to, you can make this monstrosity, which I don't know why you would. It doesn't even fit in the holster anymore, but you can, so that's great. Now going over the shooty and the pewy. Now the full auto, like I was talking about earlier, is pretty gimmicky and it wastes your CO2. It's not very good. But it is kind of fun to plank with. But CO2 is kind of expensive now. It's like $1 a capsule. So I haven't really used it full auto that much unless I'm showing off on the airsoft field or something like that. But it also is pretty reliable. I have never had any gas leaking. I have never had a single jam, and I've already played a couple rounds with it and tested it a lot for this review, and I've never had experienced a single jam. This is actually a really nice pistol. About the range, I said before, range doesn't really matter that much with the pistol because most of the time you're going to be using it in close quarters anyway, but I wasn't really that impressed with the range. It did not go very far. It only went a few, I would say a couple 100 feet, and then it dropped off, and I blame that solely on that crappy hop-up. There was something wrong with that hop-up that was with. Maybe it was just mine, or maybe it's just the pistol. It was dropping off really quick. Like, look at the shooting. It was dropping off really quick. If I adjusted it a little higher up, it would go so high that it would, So that was a problem I did have. So talking about my mags, for one capsule, I'll usually get around 2.5 mags out of it, which is decent, but I don't know why it can't be 3 or just 2, because I hate having a half-filled mag every time. It gets on my nerves. So now let's talk about the power. So I don't have a chronograph, but I have a Pepsi can. You can see it exploded it pretty good. But on the box, it says it has around 330 feet per second, and I do trust that. It might have a little higher and a little lower because it's CO2 and it's not very consistent, but that's all you really need for a pistol. You don't want it to be too high. So overall, the M9A3 is a pretty neat pistol with a long history with Beretta, 500 years. That's crazy. But if the hop-up did kind of mess it up a little bit. And it's polymer, and it's about $150 for a polymer pistol. It's a little much. Actually, then Glocks are more, but Glocks are Glocks. So if a 1 is a plastic gun from Walmart, and a 10 is the best Polar Star, I'm going to rate this gun a solid 5. Right in the middle. It's not extraordinary good, but it's not like bad. Like, it's just average. Yeah. So do I think you should go out and buy this gun? Maybe if you're into Berettas, but it is a pretty big pistol. So maybe a Glock would be better, but it's up to your choice. I'm not going to tell you how to buy your pistols. So yeah, I don't have an outro, so yeah, buy or whatever.